far as it appears it has done this time, it does actually impact on ordinary people's lives.
Has it affected you?
Yes, I would say it definitely has. I'm self-employed conveyancing solicitor, and I have not had any work really for the last 3 years, I would say, since 2008, because the market is really flat, because people can't get mortgages, first-time buyers can't get on the ladder, and people daren't move because of job insecurity. So I've virtually lost my career, and I'm 57, and it has affected me, yes.
What does that mean for your family life? I mean, to go from having what I should imagine were very good earnings to not having a lot in the last 3 years, has it put pressure? Are you able to pay your bills? Are you able to pay your mortgage or your rent?
It wasn't a particular... I mean, it wasn't a vast sort of living, really, but yes, I've had to use all my savings and cash in what pensions I can just to keep going. I now hopefully have got a job in a call centre to start in October, which it's minimum wage, but that should cover things, really.
Listen, I'm sorry to hear that. I'm sorry I didn't catch the caller's name.
Vivian,
hi. Listen, I mean, the fact is, Vivian, I feel your problem. There's a lot of honest, hardworking people out there who are in a similar situation like yourself in America and in the UK. I would say this: listen, anyone who's out there listening in a similar situation to Vivian, do not be afraid. I know the media. I'm sorry, with all due respect to the BBC, the newspapers, they will put fear into a lot of people. But listen, Warren Buffett, as everyone who's listening probably recognizes who Warren Buffett is, the richest share investor in the world. Here's what he says: when everybody's getting fearful, get greedy, and when everybody is getting greedy, become fearful. Now, how do you interpret that? I would say this: right now, there's a lot of fear in the markets and a lot of investors. But you can make money from this. You invest in the industries that do well in a downward market.
The problem is this just sounds very scary to ordinary people, investing money. If you haven't got a lot of money, if you're scared you might lose your job, you might not be able to pay for your house, you've got children, etc. It can be really frightening to put the money into the stock market, which you don't really understand.
Absolutely. No, Chloe, listen, nobody should ever invest anything that they cannot afford to lose, obviously. Only invest something or trade something, if you want to call it that you can you don't want to lose, basically. I would say this: look at the last recession we had in 2008. What kind of things went up in value? Okay, I will tell you exactly what went up. Any industry that benefited from a recession. I'm talking about, for example, stores that. Like discount stores, like you got over here, got pound shops. We got something in America called Dollar Tree. Dollar Tree is a company that basically you go in, everything is $1. Okay, guess what? That company did so well. The share prices went skyrocketing through the recession of 2008. Why? Because Americans weren't buying their stuff from, posh stores like Saks and Macy's. They went to Dollar Tree. Right. So, listen, I mean, everybody out there, I would say this. If you can make a lot of money from this fearful recession, okay? You got to do some bit of learning. Just got to do a little bit of learning. Go on the internet, search something, but you can make, if you know how to input your money in the right place, I would say, listen, don't just sit on the fence and complain about how bad things are. You go out there and really start looking into how you can make money. Because listen, if there's one thing in America and Wall Street, there's a saying that shares take the staircase up, but they ride the elevator down. All right, markets will go very fast on the way down. If you know what you're doing, look, listen. If anybody out here goes and buys put options, okay, I got just 2 words for you: put options. Go and Google that. Just learn about put options. If you buy put options, just about any most companies that you can buy put options on, you'll make a lot of money.
Okay,
in a crash.
Let's not get too technical.
Okay,
Vivian, what do you think that's sensible advice? What do you make of that? And then Dr. Andrew Ferris.
I think.
Dr. Andrew Ferris. No, of course, we'll come to you in a moment. But Vivian, just a response from you.
I think, sure. If you're a trader, you can make a lot of money. But if you're an ordinary bod and you haven't got any savings. Certainly savings that you can't afford to lose, I don't see that advice is any good at all. quite honestly. I mean, yeah, for a trader, it's fine. But for
I would say this, Vivian. Listen, Vivian,
briefly, if you would, because I want Dr. Ferris.
Absolutely, I'll be very quick about this. Listen, Vivian, there is a belief that people have that it takes money to make money. Listen, if that was true, I would not have made anything in my life. I started with just less than £1,000 when I started many years ago. I had only like £1,000, and I grew that money. Okay, listen, even if anyone out there has got like £500 that they can afford to invest in the right way, just go and do some research on this. Okay.
Okay, Vivian, I'm going to thank you at this point and wish you luck in your new job in October, taking a call centre job. I know that you've been working as a solicitor, or struggling to, for the last 3 years. Dr. Andrew Ferris, you wanted to come in.
Well, I wanted to come in because I'm absolutely in stunned silence that anybody will tell a relatively simple, and I use that in a broad form, okay, and somebody that has lost quite a lot of money because of the recession, to buy put options. I mean, that verges your responsibility, because the put option simply gives you the obligation to sell shares, not to buy shares, of course, on the expectation that the prices are going to change. These are incredibly volatile, highly sophisticated instruments that should be the provision of and the purveying of a professional trader, not a lawyer that has lost his job. I'm sorry, Alessio. I know you have your own ways of advising, and definitely I have mine. But in this period, telling simple people to buy put options, frankly, it is irresponsible.
Listen,
anyway,
I'll give credit.
Okay.
I'll give credit to you, Dr. Ferris. I admit that certainly to the ordinary folk, saying words like put options doesn't mean anything. Sure. If anyone wants to go a more safer way, I would say, look, gold and silver are going to get cheaper. Okay, so if anyone out there doesn't want to do puts, fine. But here's something you can do. What will happen? I can tell you this one. Right now, gold prices and silver prices are coming down a little bit. They're going to get cheaper. I'll guarantee you, anyone, if they buy gold cheaper, it's going to come down, I believe, to $1,650 an ounce. Okay. Okay.
So you're saying going to gold. I just want to move the conversation on a little bit, because we've got people on the phone and we don't have that much time left on the programme. Right. Beatrice has been waiting patiently in Germany, but I know that you're originally from France. Beatrice, what's your point on this? Are you pessimistic? Or are you optimistic?
Yes, I'm quite optimistic, but let me let me tell you one thing. What I've just heard, these people squabbling about, what direction the economy is taking and what you have to do to solve your problems. This is evidence, if any was needed, that nobody who does business, there's no economist, and no matter how much money he gets from any university or any institute anywhere in the world, nobody has got an instrument to predict how the economy is going to do. And this is why we're hearing this now on the radio, and the people who are so-called experts can't agree on anything, and they're giving silly advice to a person who's actually, lost her career, because they have been selling thin air in the past, and they're actually advising her to go on and do what they've done, and what they've not succeeded in doing is like buying shares now and selling them more expensive later. This is actually... They're advising her to ruin the economy further, because this, the whole economy that we've got now rests upon all this speculation, and this is the basic problem that we have. But this being said, I'm very optimistic. I don't think there is a crisis at all. When I look around myself, I live in a small town. When I go down the road, there is building sites all over the place. And I was in London last week. You couldn't move for building sites. Where's the, I don't see anybody, losing their jobs around me. I don't know anybody who's unemployed. I mean, where's the crisis? Well, I think this is all made up.
Yes, go ahead, Dr. Ferris.
There are two things here. The first point is concerning the capacity of people to make predictions and forecasts. And of course, I'm afraid the forecast has three parts. It has a direction, it has a time, and it has a quantity. And it is, I agree with you, it's very, very difficult to get all the three things right. So people saying that, yes, there's going to be a recession in the next year, in the next 2 years, like saying it's going to rain sometime. And of course, it will. So the predictions will come right. The second point is, I'm afraid, anecdotological evidence.